10 years ago, at about this same time, a Harvard University sophomore named Mark Zuckerberg launched a social networking site in his dorm room. We all know it as Facebook, but at the time he called it the Facebook. Of course, it looks very different today than it did back then. Here's a screenshot from the day it launched, just at Harvard, with somebody's face there. It doesn't look like Zuckerberg. But it says, a Mark Zuckerberg production, the Facebook, one word, copyright 2004. At the time, it was available only to those Harvard students. But of course, it soon spread to schools across the country, and by the end of 2004, parents were on it, much to the dismay of many of those students. Today, officials say Facebook looks like this. In fact, officials don't need to say it. That is what it looks like. They say it has more than 1 billion people using it each month. 1 billion. Recent polls show that more Americans visit Facebook each day than read the Bible. We want to know what you think. Does it bring people together, or does it waste your time, or a little bit of both? Let us know on our Facebook page or Twitter at Shep News Team. Meantime, Shama Hyder is the CEO of the marketing Zen Group, a public relations firm, and she is the author of The Zen of Social Media Marketing. Good to see you.
Pleasure to be here.
Are we better off? Are we not better off? I know that everybody already knows things about us before we actually go get to see them and talk about things, but what's your sense of things?
You know, what happens when you put over 1 billion people on one platform? A lot of things happen. People share kind of what you mentioned earlier. Some people share what they had for breakfast, right? Some people use it as a total tool to waste time. But then other people really see this and say, how can I use it to be more productive? Businesses use it to reach consumers all over the world. You know, you've got long lost friends reconnecting. So really, Facebook is very similar. It's like a mirror to the internet. You can compare it to the internet very easily. Just like the internet's a very powerful tool, Facebook is a very powerful tool. And what you do with that tool is really up to the users.
Yeah, I guess in essence, it's better for some and worse for others, depending on what you do with it.
Absolutely. Just like any good tool, it all depends on the user.
All right, what should we not be doing?
What should you not be doing? You should probably not be sharing anything you don't want made public. Even with, you know, one of the big issues Facebook has and will consistently have is privacy issues. No matter how much you think that update is private or it's only going out to your friends, you always want to be very, very careful of what you're sharing online, because your privacy is never guaranteed when you use a site like Facebook.
And you don't want to write on anyone's wall when inebriated.
Those would be good rules to follow in life and on Facebook, yes. You probably don't want to do a lot of things when inebriated.
Yeah, it's probably more dangerous to write on people's Facebook walls, or even more so to tweet, than it is to drive while inebriated.
It is, and you know, it's really funny. Cops, of course, have been using Facebook very successfully to catch just dumb thieves out there who go ahead and update their status on the house they just robbed.
Yeah, that's not helpful. Well, I mean, it's helpful for the authorities, but it's not very helpful at all to those who don't want to get caught. All right, Shama, nice to see you. Thanks for coming.
Always a pleasure.
All right, well, let's go over here and see what's happening on Facebook, because we've been asking you to tweet us on Twitter and to write on our Facebook wall and stuff like that. And apparently Chris has been monitoring such things. Anything embarrassing?
Hey,
or did you cut all the embarrassing stuff out?
No, nothing too embarrassing.
Well,
but, you know, we ask people, you know, does Facebook make your life better, or has it just helped you waste time? Evan says it helps him with his business.
You just double-clicked.
Yeah, accidentally.
You don't need to double-click.
Okay,
go on. You're welcome.
It's allowing him to keep in touch with his customers easier.
Or more easily, he meant to say.
More easily. Lisa says, you know, she found it a total time waster, and she deactivated her account several years ago.
A lot more people are doing that, I understand.
Yeah, I still have mine. Of
course you do.
This guy says, you know, Facebook helped him find friends he thought he lost forever, so he's grateful. And from Facebook, Mary Pat says, you know, I do waste time on Facebook, but it helps me keep in touch with my children, grandchildren, and of course, Fox News.
That's one thing. For families who are separated, it really has been an amazing tool, as is FaceTiming and everything else.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Thank you for that.